Hey there everyone, welcome to part 7 of our Python programming tutorial series for beginners, and in this part we will talk about comparison and logical operators. If you haven't seen our previous videos, then make sure you see them because they are prerequisite to this video so that you understand strings, integers and various operators that we use over here. And after saying that, let's go to our interactive shell in our terminal so as to experiment with these operators and logical operators and comparison operators. Okay, so the first set of operators that we will see are comparison operators. So these are greater than, smaller than, greater than equal to, smaller than equal to, equals and not equals. So if we want to, suppose we just want to operate on integers, so 2 is greater than 3, that should be false. So all of these operators on their application will return a boolean value which is either true or false. So these operators return a boolean value, and suppose we have 2 greater than 3, this is false, but if we have 3 greater than 3, that is also false. If we have 3 greater than 2, that should be true. Now if we want something like 3 is greater than equal to 2, that is correct. 3 is greater than equal to 3 also. So greater than equal to means either the number on left side is greater than the number on right side, or it is equal to the number on right side. As it is equal in this case, this will also be true. Okay, so now we have covered two operators. So smaller than and smaller than equal to also behave in the same way. So we have 2 smaller than 3 should give true, and then we have 2, basically 3 smaller than equal to 3 should give us true. If we have 4 smaller than 2, this should give us false. So this works fine. And let me clear the screen. So now let's discuss about equality operator. So 2 is equal to 2, and thus we get true here, and 2 is not equal to 3, thus we get false here. And if we want to check if two operands are not equal, like 2 not equal to 3, to check not equal we add this exclamation mark over here. So 2 is not equal to 3, so this should give a true. But if we have a 2 over here, 2 is not equal to 2, so this is obviously a false statement, so we get false over here. So now let's talk about why do we have these two equal sign over here and not a single equal to. So single equal to represents an assignment operation. What that means is basically you are assigning a variable a value. Suppose we have x is equals to 4, this means that 4 value is assigned to this variable. This is an assignment operator, and if you for once try to write an assignment operator, it does not return any value. That's why you don't see anything over here. Whereas on the other hand, equals, it's an equality operation that returns a boolean value. So now if I do x equals 4, because x already has the value of 4, if I do x equals 4, it checks whether x is equals to 4 or not. Since x is equals to 4, it will return true. If I check x equals 5, this should return false because x is not 5. Okay, so now that you know the distinction, now we can use equals, greater than equals on any of the operands for which it is defined. So we can use these on strings also. Strings can be ordered on lexicographical basis. Lexicographic is basically your dictionary order. So if we say A, it is greater than B, so this should be false because A comes before B. If we make it opposite, then it should be true. For another example, let's say we have A, B, C, and then we have A, C, B. Now ACB will come after ABC in the dictionary, thus this should give true, and the other way around should give false. So you understand these operators can also be used on strings, and if we want to use, we can also use the equality operator. ABC equals ACB, this should give false, and ABC not equals to ACB, this should give true. So there we have it. Now we've talked about comparison operators, let's talk about logical operators. So logical operators are something which have their operands. So when I say operands are something like, when I say 2 plus 2, then plus is the operator, and 2 and 2 here are operands. So for logical operators are AND, OR and NOT. So and OR takes 2 operands. So the syntax is something like X or we can add AND over here and Y. And for NOT it is simply not X. I will explain you what are these. And X and Y should be Boolean values. So every operator defines what are its possible operands. So for plus, if we have operators as integers, then it results into an addition operation. If we have its operands as string, then it results into a concatenation operation. But we cannot have a string and an int because it does not know how to operate on that. So for and or, X or Y should be booleans. So what and is, both X and Y should be true to make result true, and these are case sensitive truths, so we do that. For or, either X or Y should be true to make the result true. And for not operator, what it does is it basically reverses this thing. So if we have not X, that means if X is true, not X is false. If X is false, then not X is true. So this is the meaning of not operator. So let's just leave a space. So now let's see how do we see these in programs. So let's say we have true and true. So this should return true. As I just mentioned, for and both the operands should be true. If we do true and false, this should return false. If we do false and false, this should return false. Now let's try op operator. For op, either of them should be true or both of them can be true also. So if both of them true, then it should return true. If one of them is true and one of them is false, it should return true. And if both of them are false, then either condition fails and so it should give false. Now let's try not. Not only take one operand. So if we do not true, then we get false, and if we do not false, then we get true. So this is basically the summary for and, or and not. And now let's talk about operator precedence. So if you watched the previous video, we said about the operator precedence, like, so there we discussed about arithmetic operands, and so the operator precedence was something like brackets. Then we have exponentiation, that is the power. Then we have multiplication, division, integer division, and modulo operator on the same level. Then we have addition, subtraction on the same level. Now let's add to the whole picture about these operators also. So the comparison operators stay below the arithmetic operators. So all these operators that you have here have less precedence than all the arithmetic operators. And after that we get logical operators, and in logical operators we have the following order: not comes first, then and, then or. So this is the changed precedence, basically incorporating comparison and logical operators. And so main thing to note is bracket always has the highest precedence, so whatever is inside bracket will be solved first, and when some operators on the same level are there, then the evaluation order is from left to right. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Now that we have understood it, let's talk about how we can use it. So suppose I have something like 2 greater than 3 or for smaller than 5. So one of the operands here, because comparison operators have higher precedence, this will be evaluated first, and similarly for this. So this is false and this is true, and since we are using OR as a logical operator, we should get true, and if we have AND here, we should get false. Now suppose we want to use something as 2 not equal to 3. So 2 not equal to 2 is a false statement, not of that should give us true. So there you have it. And apart from that, if you understand this operator precedence, everything else should be fine. So I think that should be the end of the video. In this video we don't have any exercise because this is the only important thing, like the operators and basically their operator precedence. And so feel free to comment if you have any questions. I will try my best to answer them, and if you want to support the channel or support the video, just hit the like button and share it with your friends and family and whoever you know who wants to learn Python. And yeah, that should be it. So I will keep posting the videos, and next two videos I am really excited about because we will discuss about control flow, that is your if, else and elif, and loops in the second video from now. Post that we will be able to make some really nice applications. So that's what I'm looking to. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Bye.